Went from Fresno County to Laramie, Wyoming. What was that like?
You know, to be honest, it wasn't a huge culture shock. Laramie's about 4 or 5 times larger than my town is back home. The weather's a little different, obviously. My recruiting visit, there was snow on the ground. We went snowmobiling, the first time I had ever done that. So it was pretty cool to experience something like that. You know, you don't get that at most colleges. So it's a very small town feel in Laramie. You know, everybody really knows everybody, and it's just a very family-like atmosphere.
So if people aren't familiar, one, they've been living under a rock, but let's say they're not familiar with your career thus far. High school to Levy Junior College, you end up getting the offer, you go to Laramie, and your first year was going to be 2015.
Correct.
You play
15 snaps.
15 snaps, and then you get out for the year, right?
So I've played 2 snaps against North Dakota the week before. Right. I got the nod against Eastern Michigan week 2. 13 plays in, I decided to scramble up the middle for about 20 yards and put my shoulder down, and the safety's helmet fit right between my helmet and shoulder pads, and actually broke my collarbone in 7 spots.
Had you ever been hurt before in your career?
I had actually broken my right collarbone my sophomore year in high school. It was just a small fracture, and I was out 3.5 weeks and was able to come back at that 4th game. And other than that, no other time held me out of any football games. Very disappointed in how that happened. I worked extremely hard to become the starter. And so I sat in my room for a few weeks. I didn't really come out, and I didn't go to meetings. I didn't go to school. And Coach Bowl called me and said, you need to start, get out of your room and come to meetings. So I was able to come in and watch film with the other quarterbacks. I was able to take mental reps, learn the offense in and out. At the same time, I was able to retransform my shoulder. I was able to get in the weight room with our strength staff and get bigger, faster, stronger. Sounds cliche, but really benefited me in the long run. It was a blessing in disguise.
Sometimes if you've been in the fray a little bit and then you get a chance to step back, sometimes that can help. Let's fast forward to, you have now 14 games in 2016 under your belt. For me personally, the 3rd year of playing at the college level was a magical time. The 2nd year, things open up that you didn't know existed. The 3rd year can be a transformative year. One of the things is you can take the 14 games and your off-season is more productive. Your film time is more productive. Your time with your teammates is more productive. Talk to us about what has happened between that interception that ended the bowl game to sitting here today.
Well, getting in, talking to Carson Wentz, before I made my decision to come back, he said, watching yourself on film is one of the best things you can do. You're able to put yourself back in that situation and understand why you went there, why you should have gone somewhere else, and it really helps with your decision-making process, and that's something I obviously need to improve on. So going back in spring ball and rewatching all the old tape with Coach Vigen and the other quarterbacks in the room, and really evaluating myself, and then stepping on the field, 2 months after the season was over, and able to go out there and really put some good practices together with our obviously young receivers that we have now. Lost a few weapons on offense, but able to get in there and start working with those guys right away. It was really helpful. Obviously the summer is a huge part of how a football team operates come fall time, and we went through some adversity this summer, but we're a very tight-knit group, and I couldn't be more blessed to be on this team.
We've talked about this a little bit in the past. When you're as gifted as you are physically, playing the position of quarterback, sometimes the hardest lesson is to learn the plays that I can't make. And we're in the position a lot of times because we think we can make every play. How do you learn to give up on a play? How do you do that when it's contrary to your nature?
Well, you kind of said it. It's through process and elimination, I guess, and through trial and error. Last year was quite a few plays where I wish I had back, and now I know, when I'm rolling right, I shouldn't take my eyes behind myself. Stick to in front of you and to the sideline. If nothing's there, throw it away. I'm a very competitive guy, and it's hard to give up on plays sometimes, but understanding that the quarterback needs to take care of the football, and that's going to help your team. Keep the offense on the field and the defense, off the field, and they're resting so they can come out and get the ball back for you. But just understanding now that me taking care of the football you know, is very instrumental for our football team.